Hey guys, this is Dave and Fergatroid, and we're going to be reviewing Sly 2 Band of Thieves.
If you want to see all the details of the game, just go into the description below.
Gameplay. I thought the gameplay in this game was very good because, well, it was very different to the other one. There was more stuff you could climb, you could run around and do all these special moves, and you actually have health this time.
Yeah, and the open world really is a building block into the missions, because the missions...
You're in a restricted area, really, so when you leave the missions, you want to actually go somewhere and do stuff.
The hub worlds, each hub world starts off, from episode 1, you are in a relatively, small hub world, but eventually in later episodes you will have massive hub world where you can explore, and there's heaps of stuff going on. So I thought that was quite a neat feature because it slowly eases you into the game. And then there's the combat, which is basically triangle and square.
It's pressing 2 buttons but doing awesome stuff.
And then there's stealth, which is basically what you'd expect from a Sly Cooper game. Except there's a whole new bunch of depth. And, yeah, I'm gonna give gameplay an 8.5.
I gave gameplay a 7. Graphics. First, your thoughts.
I thought the graphics were quite decent for its time and for the style, but I just think that there was too many graphical glitches in the game to make it.
The detail was horrible. I'm gonna put it straightly. When you can climb under tables and there's no detail on the arms. There's nothing. It's just grey, blue, gold.
Yeah, there was very little texturing on anything, let alone Sly, which you'll be staring at for most of the game, because, you know, he's basically the character you'll see the most of, and just the lack of detail on him doesn't do much for the game.
The thing you see with the most detail is probably the blue stars around stuff.
Graphics, I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
And graphics, I gave a 6.
Lasting appeal. I thought the lasting appeal was good. It's bigger than the last game, but once you beat the game, you'll only really return to pack clue bottles, which does take up a big amount of time to get them all. And so it's quite big.
And there's a lot of areas you get to go to, and there's like 1 million missions in each. So you wouldn't be playing this game for very long because it's so repetitive.
Well, I personally will have played this game for a long time. I'm going to give Lasting Appeal a 9.
I gave Lasting Appeal for 5.
So the sound is very good.
It's got some great music.
Great music, still like the same themes of the first game.
They've added a few things and taken away a few things.
The voice acting is still top notch, and
you've still got the little bass drumming when you walk across star things, where it's like do 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 do, which I find is awesome.
And the sound effects are very cartoony. So I'm gonna give sound a 9,
and I gave sound an 8.
Story.
Okay, I think the story is really good because it's about you trying to hunt down this gang called the Claw Gang, and you've got to steal a bunch of clockwork parts. That's all I understand of the story.
And basically you'll go on a globe-trotting adventure trying to get each story, but it sounds very simple in process, but it's the way it's told. The dialogue is great, and the story is everything I wanted it to be. I'm gonna give story a 10.
And I gave story a 7.5.
I thought the presentation was great, and I'm still very fond of the feature, which basically from the startup menu, it's one button and then you're straight back into your game. I loved it.
Well, the thing that got me about the presentation was that it had different words to what you would normally see in a video games menu. there would be like start and continue and stuff like that. But this has got keep playing, job help, and stuff like that. It's got extra words and just makes it sound a lot better.
So I'm gonna give Presentation an 8.
I gave Presentation a 4.5 because I didn't really like the way you had to scroll.
Okay, final thoughts.
Well, final thoughts. I think that the game is much better than the first one, which sucked. But this one is much better. It's got a whole new bunch of features, and most of the bad bits from the first one have been taken out. And, well, I think it's a really good game overall.
I'm gonna give overall an 8.5 because this is the sequel I wanted. I mean, I was a bit, saying, oh, Sly 1, it's pretty good. But Sly 2 was just bam smack amazing. I'm gonna give it 8.5.
I gave it 6.3 solely because the lasting appeal and stuff would just be so low.